Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay, just click on it.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome everyone to meeting number 5, the first in-person RCOS meeting of the semester. And in my opinion, the most exciting one, project pairing. So welcome everyone. We're happy to have you attend here, and for everyone also watching at home. We got a few announcements and pitches before we get into project pairing. We'll have all that in a minute. We are recording this. So we'll get through announcements, some opportunities as well. Final pitches, we'll announce the mentors that were selected as well, and then to project pairing. We are at pretty much the end of that first part of the semester where we get everything defined. By the end of the day today, hopefully you'll have a team selected, but we have more details on that later in the slides. We're about to get into the meat of the semester where you actually work on your project with your teams in something called small groups. Again, we'll discuss that later on in these slides.
So I'm going to introduce Bill Hoffman. Bill works at Kitware. I don't know if you guys keep your eye on the local economy, but Kitware is a Clifton Park company. Bill's one of the founders. I'm not sure how big they are, but they crossed 100 people a few years ago, so they're a growing company. What kills me is when people leave RCOS and say, well, I like doing open source, but I couldn't find a way to make money at it. Or I need to take my code and put a firewall around it now because now I'm going to try to make money. Bill's been making money in open source for right around 20 years now. So they have a program going on, the open source technology program, open source. He'll say it again. But like I said, I've known him for about 20-some years. I think I met him in 2000 or 2001. And he's here just to talk to us a little bit about some opportunities they have in open source. I'll turn it over to Bill.
Great, thanks, Wes. Yeah, like you said, from Kitware, we're up to about 200 employees now, plus another 25 or so in our French office. So we're continuing to grow, and we've built the company around an open source business model. And I'm going to talk to you today about a program we have called the Open Source Software Technology Program. My name is Bill Hoffman, and I've also got some of the current members of the program with me. And they'll be speaking about some of the projects they've done so far at Kitware. So Kitware, as Wes said, has been around for quite a while now, since 1998. We focus on science, technology, and innovation, not building intellectual property for the company. And we have an emphasis on collaboration and open science. We've built the company up over the years to include these areas. We have a high-performance computing and visualization group, a medical computing group, a computer vision group, a data and analytics group, and then a software solutions group. I can't really see the classroom there, but how many people have heard of CNIC? Wes, can you give me an idea how many hands went up?
Oh, about 20.
About 20.
Yeah, I was way away, about 20.
Okay, great. Yeah, how many people are in the room?
About 150.
Okay.
They haven't taken open source software yet. They'll learn about it when they take open source software.
Wonderful, yeah. So this is an open source project that came out of Kitware, and it's essentially become the de facto standard for building C++ in the industry. So each of these groups works on various open source projects. And so the scientific computing group, they work on things like in situ computing, which is when you're doing a finite element analysis on a supercomputer. You might want to see what's happening while the simulation is going on. To be able to peek inside when the simulation takes a week to run, and if it goes badly, you want to find out early. So allowing ways of visualization to look into that process. And web-based computing, work with LiDAR, holographic reconstruction and visualization, simulation workflows. Our medical computing is visualization, image-guided intervention and surgery planning, computational physiological modeling, digital pathology, ultrasound systems, dental image analysis, medical image analysis. In our computer vision group, we're obviously doing a lot of deep learning, machine learning, object detection, tracking, image and video scene understanding, image and video forensics, so we can find the fake news, social media analysis, complex activity event threat detection, super resolution, which is when you have multiple images of the same thing, you can actually build a higher resolution image than the sensor that took it. 3D vision, where you're building 3D models from the imagery. Our data analytics does advanced software metrics, geospatial analysis, bioinformatics, and large-scale imagery. The software solutions works on software process implementation, testing your code, and being able to view errors in your code, doing what we call dashboards, and test management, and the build process. We have a whole bunch of open source platforms, and all of these have different licenses, but there are sort of two main types of open source licenses. There's the copyleft licenses, the new licenses require users to also release their code as open source, and known as viral licenses. And then there's sort of open licenses like ESD or Apache, and that's what all of our work is. Because our business model is putting these platforms out there, finding companies and research institutions and government agencies who use this software and will pay us to develop new work on top of it, or to build proprietary software for them built on our open source base. And this model worked really well for us over the years. Created a fantastic suite of software. Like I said, CMates downloaded millions of times per year. It's integrated into Microsoft Visual Studio now. ParaView is sort of the backup standard for visualizing simulation data, post-processing. So we did a lot of cool stuff here. That's kind of what I'm pitching here. So, the open source software technology program. What this is, it's a 3-year program at Kitware. You work at Kitware with a full salary, so you're a regular Kitware hire. But during that time, you earn a master's degree with 100% tuition reimbursement, and you rotate the Kitware wheel over here 9 to 10 months in a group. The program starts in the spring with new bachelor's graduates. It has some internal training, a summer project that lasts about 2 months, and then they start the rotation. And I'm going to have some of the OSPPs that are on the call right now talk about their summer projects that they did. So I believe this is John on this one, or John?
Hi everyone, my name is John. I'm with the Center for Speaker in the OSCP. I started in December 2020, so a little bit middle to expected the project. Right after I finished undergrad, essentially, I'm just talking a little bit about a project I did, one of some projects, and the part graduation afterwards in a Christian group called Untitled 11, which served as the essentially augmented what does the next slide. So forget. So what autocompiling does is essentially it generates wrappings for C++ with Python driver. So it's a Python-based tool. It takes any given C++ code base and a very short descriptive YAML, such as markup file, and produces a Python module exposing C++ functionality in a very similar, neat little pipeline interface. Essentially, it uses Python to automatically wrap C++ code into Python by Python 11 in the back. Generally, this was done to reduce the time and effort spent on binding code. It's kind of a bind one language or whatever. It's a difficult, arduous process that's very complex. It requires pretty deep knowledge of both languages and is fairly difficult to maintain, sometimes very fragile. So this generation of this code allows you to have the automation of that process. It's a module code that binds an language to another. Next slide. So here is just a very simple C++ class, which you're all very familiar with this. Your data structure is just another course, basically just a virtual class something special here. However, on the right is what you sort of have to do by hand to get to bind that class in Python with straight Python binding code. So you can see it's not incredibly verbose, it's a fairly simple class. However, it's incredibly long, fairly complex, a lot of passing, whenever you reference it, it can get really complicated, especially if you can imagine that the class is really more complex. And on the left, this is all auto Python 11 needs to understand and generate this binding code you see. So obviously, the yellow code on the left is a lot easier to maintain, develop, create. So it's produce it. Process pretty busy. Next, I believe, is the next OCP, Tom, who will talk about this.
Thanks, John. Hello, everyone. So my name is Tom Osika. I joined Kitware in February of 2020, and I'm the first member of the OCP. And today I'll be talking a little bit about the work that I've been doing on the medical computing team since about June. And this work has also doubled as my thesis work from Clarkson University. And that is the automatic estimation of the optic nerve sheath diameter from ultrasound images. So first, let's give some background. Why would you want to estimate the diameter of the optic nerve sheath? It's all for the purpose of diagnosing traumatic brain injuries or TBIs. Currently, the gold standard for diagnosing TBIs is to directly measure intracranial pressure, or ICP. The procedure for doing so is extremely invasive and comes with plenty of risks, as it typically involves drilling a hole in the patient's skull. Estimating the diameter of the optic nerve sheath is a much less invasive method for diagnosing TBIs. The optic nerve sheath surrounds the optic nerve and expands and contracts with intracranial pressure, so it can be used as a proxy. Its diameter can be measured by the physician using ultrasound, who can then compare it against the typical range. So there are several goals of this particular project. The first is to, like I said, automatically estimate the optic nerve sheath diameter from ultrasound images. Ideally, we would like this to work for images produced by an untrained ultrasound operator, like an ambulance tech, for example. The operator would do a simple rocking motion with the ultrasound probe over the eye and get a simple yes to the eye or no to the eye response. This would be useful, for example, in an urban area where there's a hospital close by, but better care may be further away. Lastly, we'd like to investigate some open questions when using the optic nerve sheath diameter for diagnosis. For example, how the abnormal range varies for certain demographics. So here's an example ultrasound image on the left and the corresponding annotation on the right. Obviously, the green blob is the eye, and the yellow is the optic nerve sheath. Next slide, please. Thank you. As for my work on the projects, I've been focusing on the algorithm to segment out the eye and the optic nerve sheath. We have an existing algorithm in place. I'm working on artificial data that I've been making changes to. I've used ITK for image processing, fixed approaches, and a Python library called Mo9 for deep learning approaches, which I highly recommend checking out. I can't get too far into detail yet, as this work is still ongoing. Just as a side note, one of my favorite parts of the program so far has been using such a wide variety of interesting open source tools. Not only the two that I've just mentioned, but plenty of others like CA, for example. Another great feature of the program is that the work we do for Kitware can potentially double as a thesis work. That's what I'm doing for this project. The process for doing so has been extremely smooth so far and continues to be as I progress towards graduating in the fall. So thank you all for listening. Now I'll hand it over to Lou, who's going to talk about her work for Stack on Windows.
I'm Lou Lawrence. I'm an RPI graduate in 2020, and I began working in Kitware shortly after. So my first rotation was with the software department, and I began by working on Stack for Windows, which is a Python-based package manager, which is developed primarily for Unix-based systems. If you've never used package manager before, when you're dealing with a large code base, for example, Monai, which Tom just mentioned, sometimes it has specific requirements, specific versions of packages that might not be compatible with other pieces of software in your system. So what a package manager like Stack for Windows is what you do is allow you to have different environments with multiple versions of the same package installed on the same device without conflict by switching between them. So our big concern with Windows users is that a Windows user is really used to just hitting some type of install button and everything being done for them. So when taking this program and moving it from Unix to Windows, that was something that you had to think about. It's how to create a bootstrap installer that includes all of the requirements like Python and Git in case the user doesn't have those. And also the ability to create new installers that are again just one-click things using the command line. And then this was something that I personally worked on and got merged into the base Stack. So this is available on all versions of Stack. Stack was using curl by default to fetch URLs. So if you're on Windows or some didn't install systems, you won't always have curl. And part of what we're thinking about when we're bootstrapping this is that we want to remove as many dependencies of Stack as possible. If we can use something that's built into Python in order to manage this, we should. So I altered Stack to use URL-lib, which is a built-in Python library to maximize the compatibility. So this change has already been merged to Stack. You can download Stack right now, if you can. It is free to use, then my work will be completed. Am I correct? Yeah.
I think we can hear you very well. Yeah, you're really fine. Yeah, it's not good.
That's, yeah, let's get into kind of resolution kit. So the CTV kit, we call it, the cyber physical team is a subsection of the vision team here at Kitware that deals with deploying these vision models in real world, so robotics, stuff like that. And we were tasked with creating the CTV kit, which is an open source platform for the cyber physical team. And the specific functionality that we were targeting was this multi-camera geo-registered computer vision in the field. So kind of creating this package that shows people how to get where how the cyber physical team approaches, deploying these models in the real world. So basically we were, you go back to yeah, so basically we were detecting people in camera field view, associating those detections with a coordinate location and then tracking them from frame to frame in real time. Okay, next one. So just to highlight some of the technologies we're using. We use Ansible, which is a cloud provisioning service made by Red Hat, which allows us to provision all of our edge nodes that was running the detection stack from one control computer. We use RAW for our system. We didn't have any robots, but RAW allows us to define compute nodes, and for those, all of those we can use GPUs with
So on the next slide here, we have the front end technology to be used for the CPD kit. And so first we have GeoGS. And this is a JavaScript library for displaying geospatial data in the browser, which is really useful when we want to display these tracks, that are running in the world. Main advantage that provides us allows us to customize the files. So, let's say we're using satellite imagery or, for the views that you would see on Google Maps or Apple Maps. This allows you to just kind of mix and match what you need for whatever project you're working on. But all those notice this and that GeoGS is open source and sort of a big plus. Now, the framework we use Vue and UX. These are JavaScript frameworks similar to React or other frameworks out there. And the main advantage we have for is that you use single file components. This means that all the CSS, HTML, and JavaScript are all in one file, which makes it a bit cleaner when you're trying to spin up fast little projects. The other advantage here is that Vue allows us to use UX, which is a shared data store. Basically means that we don't have to do all that annoying and passing around variables and making sure they're up to date. We can just have something stored in the data store, for example, a track or simple image associated with it. And then wherever we access that from, as long as through the data store, that information will be up to date. Now, we're going to be more excited about stuff about technology and actually seeing this system work. So on the next slide here, we have a short little demo of us walking around the parking lot and seeing what the camera actually sees. So the top left, you see what the camera is seeing, so you can see Elon walking around. And on the rest of the screen, you can actually see what the CDD kit looks like. So you can see in the middle, we have a track with basically where you can be walking. But you can see here at the bottom of the screen, you can see different time stamps of, what he's doing that time, and other, identifying information. We can also move backwards and forwards at times. That way, if you want to go back, let's say 10 minutes, you can just scroll back and see what that is. Along with this, there's also a customization option. So I can, change, okay, I want people to have, a black trail and yellow head, but I want cars to be, a red head with a blue trail or anything like that. So this sort of customization allows you to adapt whatever you need. That's all for the CPD kit.
My computer hates me.
All right, I'm gonna come back in. So basically, we just talked about the RCP program. And if you're interested, if you're graduating this spring, you haven't found a job yet, give us a look. And if you have any questions about kitware, also I thought it was a great talk to show some of the work that's being done at kitware. I think one of the things that I got lucky with for my career was I went into, graduated, assessment degree, went looking for a job, and there were lots of opportunities to end up getting into a program much like the RCP, except at GED, where I worked at the research center and got into scientific computing. I think that's been just a real awesome career. It's an exciting part of computing. There's lots of other businesses around computing and other ways to make a living, but scientific computing is just a lot more exciting and interesting and fun. It's a great area to work in. And with that, end the presentation. Now we're well along with we started.
All right, and Bill, are you gonna stick around?
Yeah.
So what we'll be able to do is during project pairing, I'll leave my WebEx open, and if anybody wants to talk to Kitware, they're welcome to talk to them as well as talking to other places, the other projects. All right, thank you. What? Did I? I don't know what I did. Man, you are good.
Gotta try to worry about those poor people who watch the recording.
Yeah. All right, so we're transitioning over. We do have one final pitch. It's from Brett. I'm not gonna, Orzakowski? Brett, are you there? What?
Yeah, I'm how are you?
So I'm gonna play your, I was gonna try to play your video right now. Let me try to play your video. So Brett is proposing another project, another pitch. I think we're going to get him added into the Discord
Hi,
right
Professor
now.
Bernard Chowski, a new lecturer here at the Lally School of Management at Rensselaer, and I am here to present NP Data Hub, which is a proposal for an open source data visualization platform that assesses individual nonprofits and sector-based ecosystems. So right now, there are more than 300,000 nonprofits in the US, and they all operate similarly with standard business practices. But they also all fight for the same funding, either through government grants or donations and contributions. But additionally, public policy is shaped around sector-based nonprofit activity. And there are 26 different nonprofit sectors in the US, which I'll get to in a second. But a lot of this policy is shaped without conclusive data on an entire sector. Further, the problem that exists that even though there are databases that cater to donors and monitor baseline financial activity, there is not one resource out there that allows the end user, regardless of their background, to visualize.
I'm sorry, I'm not having issue, I'm not having luck feeding this through the WebEx.
Sectors. So the solution that I'm proposing is based on this data, this longitudinal data also.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe easier. Thanks, Scott. Everybody hear me? See me okay?
Yeah.
You got a thumbs up, and I do want to thank you, Dr. Turner. I'd love to speak to folks at Kitware as well. I'm also the Life Science and Entrepreneurship MBA Program Administrator for the program here at Rensselaer, so I'll take that offline. But Professor Chowski, new faculty member here at the Lally School, Rensselaer, and a new colleague of ours, Dr. Jason Kurasovich, mentioned this fantastic group here at Rensselaer that focuses on open source data projects, so I figured I'd throw this one in for consideration. It's outside of life sciences, but it's something else that I've been trying to crack the last 2 years, and I would love to turn it over to some folks, give it a little bit more time to try this, and let me just jump into it real quick, a little problem solution. So, proposals for a concept called the NP Data Hub. It's an open source data visualization platform that assesses individual nonprofits and sector-based ecosystems. So the issue right now is that there's about 330,000 nonprofits in the U.S. With really no unified database system that allows just a general end user to really dive into the financials. There's a couple of players in the space that really just look at maybe 6 or 12 variables, revenues, expenses, liabilities, and assets. But a lot of this is from the IRS Form 990, which I'll get into in a second, where the overall end goal is simply because we're more of a digital society and data literacy is a little bit down below. This platform will open up those insights across the board. So, as I mentioned, there are databases that cater to donors, not our baseline financial activity. We're looking at 6 to 12 variables that are usually associated with financial activity. But there's no public resource that allows the end user to visualize fiscal performance and anthropological data. There's 26, so if you think about it, other terms, for instance, DNA, they're identifying variables. Right here for the IRS, there's 26 NTE codes that 330,000 nonprofits are plugged into. So there's a lot that really filters off, really a variable that can open up a lot more potential. So the solution is based on this IRS data. It's open source, it's scraped from those 990 forms, which every nonprofit generates revenue over 250,000, so operating very much like a business, are required to submit to the IRS. I have created a database with about 3 million records with this IRS data. I'll get to that in a second. So if you want to find something that's similar, you can look at the Bloomberg terminal, but what I'm proposing this project for is a little more open source for nonprofits. It's going to help grant-makers, donors, and public policymakers really focus on accuracy and efficiency. And we'll talk to the machine learning AI possibility in a second. So right now, as I mentioned, Form 990, they compile this annually, so there's doc-based data scraping, and we have done most of that over the last 2 years, historical way. Over 300,000 nonprofits, 8 years of data available, and that's going to grow over time. The NCE codes I mentioned, along with the 3 million records that are already under the database, but when we talk about potential algorithmic construction, this is what excites me, is that even though there are 6 to 12 identifying fiscal variables that you have GuideStar, Candid, Charity Navigator, they all use, on those IRS forms, there's actually more than 200 financial variables that have already been pulled. And when I look at that, I look at that as more of a playground for financial, any kind of financial construction to gauge that kind of activity. In terms of next steps, I've already proposed to make. I'm in the Pittsburgh building, if you want to stop by. I've already identified individual open source data visualization platforms and visualization tools. I'd love to give students some autonomy in terms of building this out. It can be simply built, and I've built with a couple of simple scripts that can just do a simple API call or just anything to database structure. And this, at this point of the project, is very much a version of the idea is to build on this with ML techniques version 2.0. So basically, like I had to look at the start on the data wrangling on the server side, and I look at it as building a global box approach. And that's it. I'm trying to plug it in a little less than 3 minutes. Hopefully, I can shot this not return. If you want to talk, I'll stick around a little bit. This is how to contact me. And I am a lecturer in the Valley. I'm also the project administrator for the Life Science and Entrepreneurship. Thank you all for your consideration.
Awesome. Brett, did you, are you on our Discord yet?
I am not.
I'm sorry?
I am not, no.
Okay,
Send the link. We'll send an email.
we're going to send you an email to get you in the Discord. When the students want to talk to you today, that will be a good place for them to actually reach out to you. Okay?
Super, I appreciate it.
Excellent. All right. Too many windows, not enough.
That was the one you're in. You just got to go 1 tab back. Transition.
All right. Thank you, Hunter, for knowing where I am.
I tried.
Okay.
All right, we are back to regular RCOS slides. What a wonderful sight. I see many of you have started dipping your heads down into your laptop screens, which is quite unfortunate. I hear laughter. It's not funny. So anyway, I want to announce our mentors for this semester. Quite an exciting sight to see. Leon. Oh, actually, I'll have all the mentors who are in here, please stand up. If you so please. All right.
You're heroes!
Woo! Your homework assignment, this is just for mentors, is to finish this video right here. I'm going to start it. All right, let's move on. Yeah, you can't watch it at 2 times speed, sorry. Sorry. All right, call for mentors. So if you are still interested in being a mentor, feel free to apply. We haven't closed applications yet. If you are interested and you don't have any time to fill out the form today, we have a mentor meeting right after project pairing. If you would like to, or you're interested in becoming a mentor, feel free to attend the mentor meeting. We'll be going over some of the basics and whatnot for those who are uninitiated but are interested. Any questions about that? Okay, let's move on. So yeah, mentor meeting right after project pairing, 5:15, subject to adjustment, of course, based on how long project pairing takes. All right, next slide. So project pairing, exciting stuff. Who is a project lead this semester? Raising your hand is not enough. I would like everyone who is a project lead to stand up, please, so that everyone can know who you are. So Yax is Richard. Raise your hand. Yes. Stress and beams visualizer. Are you here? No? Okay. I am the project lead for AutoGIF. Pole buddy. Hunter. Crisis. Trevor isn't here. Okay, unfortunate. RPI Subway Challenge. Yes. Open circuits. Making a roguelike with Godot. Yes. Frank is on Rathskeller and Rathspreader. Telescope. Yes. Institutor. Tutor base. And shuttle tracker. Shuttle tracker supremacy. All right. So those are all your project leads. Basically, we're gonna open it up to a sort of mingling process where everyone can.
Don't get up yet. Pay attention for a few more minutes, guys.
Maybe even told you what to do yet.
Yeah. So we also have a number of our IBM projects. Do you want to read them off?
I promise the meetings aren't usually this long. This is just a big day.
We have Christian Kadner, Das, Glenn Darling, Kotar, and Upkar Lidar, and Daniel Crook are all doing IBM projects. We also have Stephen doing the OED project, and I think that may be all we have externals.
Foundry.
Oh, Foundry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Where is he?
He's not online right now.
Ah, okay. He's not on.
Channels for all these.
But all of those projects have channels, right, in Discord. So make sure you go there. You can talk to them. There are a lot of good projects. You know, we just had a presentation from Kitware. We also have a good relationship with IBM. They've got some great projects. We've gotten some great applications out of it, great projects out of it. And one of the things, if you're doing something like Call for Code, for example, you can do something to humanitarian fall, something that's going to help humanity. If you're looking at doing more ML stuff, machine learning, they have a lot of machine learning applications. So please make sure you visit Discord and ask questions and talk to them as well.
All right, so that is the process for the online project pairing. If you're interested in any of those projects, the mentors will not be here today, but they're there to answer your questions on the Discord.
They should be on now, most of them.
Yes.
Not all of them.
All right, so for in-person, which is what I think all of you are here for today, we would like all the project leads to space yourselves out and display your pitch slide or anything that identifies you. I think we went over every project's lead, so you should know approximately where you're going. And then it's basically speed dating. Just a mingle, you get to talk with your potential project leads and find out what they're all about, how they like to manage their project, workflows, tools, technologies. All right, anything else? Yes, so the goal for today is that by the end of today or end of today's meeting, you will have a project that you have agreed with the lead to work on for the semester. Project leads are free to accept or deny members, which is somewhat unfortunate. I do wish there were 10 more people on Shuttle Tracker, so that you would have the most horrible time managing them. All right, if you have any issues with getting onto a project, don't hesitate to look for second or third choices. If at the end of the day you still haven't figured out who you're working with, please don't hesitate to let any of the mentors, coordinators, or faculty know that you don't have a project and you need one. We'll give you suggestions, or we'll try to pair you up with a project that you wanted to work on, but project lead said no, if they can accommodate you. All right, I think this is Frank's slide.
Okay, so again, as Bill said, after today, ideally you have a project selected. And in the past, we've had every single member submit a form saying what project they are on. This semester around, we're doing things a little differently to make it easier for everyone. We will have all project leads, that is project leads of both projects that are pitching, which will be represented here today, and those projects that are already formed and are not pitching, but already have a team in mind, right? So if you and a couple of your friends are planning to do a project, we also need you to submit this. So, yeah, or a solo project as well, right? This is going to be how we know how many people, how many projects are in RCOS this semester and who's on what team. This will probably be a Google form or a submittee form. So before, we haven't announced the link yet, but we're gonna aim for this, we're requiring this to be submitted by project leads only by Wednesday night. And we'll ask you in that form to submit the RCS IDs of your team members. So for all those folks out there talking to project leads, don't just assume that a project lead has accepted you just because you spoke. Make sure that you have both agreed on joining the team and they have your RCS ID. It might be best to Discord message them afterwards so they have it in written form and don't have to reach out to you. So again, project leads.
This is Susan from IBM. Are you expecting the IBM project leads to submit a form as well?
That's a great question.
Yeah, so we will post the form to Discord. I thought it was going to be a Google form, but we will find out what it's going to be. That's a little bit of confusion. It doesn't matter, when we say project lead, we need one person to submit it per team. So for IBM, once you guys have figured out who's on your project, just have any one of the students submit it. There will have to be one per IBM project, but it doesn't necessarily have to be something that your staff goes. Same for the League of Extraordinary VTT Developers and for Open Energy Dashboard and for NP Data Hub. So yeah, we will require one, but just like last semester when we had you guys, or 2 semesters ago when we had you fill out teams, any student can fill that role. It's not necessary that you guys fulfill it.
And another question, does each student get their own RCOS mentor?
No, we typically have 3 or 4 groups per room. Maybe up depending on the size of the groups. If teams are small, maybe up to 7 groups per small group room, and that'll typically have 2 or 3 RCOS mentors for the entire room.
Oh, right, but that's like the duration of the semester, is that right?
Yes.
Or is that just yeah. So like I could ask any student, in this group and say, who's your mentor? And they would know. Every student would know who their mentor is.
Every student should know.
Starting next Friday.
It's starting on Friday, but I will not say that they will know. Does that answer your question, Susan?
Yeah, it does. It's like yeah, because if we don't understand something that's going on, a person that we could ask to be the mentor.
Absolutely. And you know, Discord, if you DM me, I can also find out who it is and put you in touch with them, or you know, Frank or Hunter or Alice, Bill.
Right, well, I've taken a list of all the mentors so far, so.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So just a quick follow-up on that question. So the IBM project leads are not referred to as mentors, right? And so each project will have a dedicated mentor for students working on one of these external projects, or are the mentors whoever is in the room every day?
So we have this is a polymorphism problem. IBM staff are definitely mentors. We would refer to these as student mentors, is probably a more accurate description. So you guys are definitely mentoring the project, but we also have group members that are helping to interface to the RCOS structure, which is, you know, kind of separate from the project structure and project goals.
Okay, just to clarify, like last semester, the mentors were helping the students like fill in the forms that they had to fill in at the right time, as an example. That was happening anyway, right, Professor Turner?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and so these student mentors, they're not project specific, and they don't have to know about the project per se. They know about the processes.
Yes. I mean, they should get to know the project from talking to the project members, but they're not project specific.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay?
Howdy, guys. You don't have any more questions, right? Good, okay. So, project proposals. Project leads, once you have a team, you're gonna wanna get to work on your project proposal. You do work with this, you work on this with your whole team, but if you're the project lead, I'm hoping that you have an idea of what your project is actually going to be. You need a project title, a project lead, project contributors, project description, and milestones for the semester in this document. Pretty simple. You should be able to do it just based on these bullet points, but we have good examples for that in the handbook, so definitely check that out.
And just to clarify on that, yeah, again, please work with, if you're working with IBM or OED, they already have an idea what they want to have done, right? One of you should write it up and submit it, right? With their, you know, with their blessing and approval, and with the agreement of the other people on the team.
Yeah, my guess is a lot of the outside projects will probably have descriptions ready to go. So you just need to put the RCOS specific stuff, like your teammates, the chosen project lead. Perhaps even you could put the outside mentor's name for that. But so, project proposals are due, this might be next week? Is this next? Yeah, next week at midnight. So make sure you get that done in a timely manner, which is also why we want to solidify teams by today, so you have time to let this marinate and actually work on it together. Each project lead should submit their proposal through Submittee, if you indeed have access to Submittee. Outside projects will just have a student do it. Shouldn't be too bad. Be sure to add your team members. If they haven't been added, that's very important. Otherwise, then they won't show up in your Submittee team and they won't get as much credit for their work. So just make sure you do that. That's very important. So next class, we're starting with our small groups. This is why we really need mentors still. You'll be meeting with your mentors, hopefully getting to know them a little bit. It's easier to know who they are when meeting in person, so hopefully you don't end up like people in the past and have no idea who your mentor is. You're going to look for a posting of your room by project. I'm not sure how that's going to be communicated, but it will be communicated.
Look at the Discord.
Look at the Discord. So, you'll join the room and finish writing your proposal all together, if you haven't done that yet, and begin working on your project. Maybe delegating tasks, maybe creating issues, maybe seeing who has no experience, who has more, things like that. And next class we're going to start taking formal attendance, so it's very important to actually be here starting next class. There's going to be a QR code that vanishes. So you gotta be here. We're gonna be using Venue, another RCOS project, which is pretty cool. So be here. That's all that this slide is saying. Be here next class. Oh, frick frack.
That's the same stuff, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is just more of the same, right? Should I skip it? Okay, I'm skipping this slide. If you want to check it out in the slides channel in Discord. Attendance, we're not taking it today, but next meeting, make sure you're here. I think that's it. I think we can begin project pairing.
So, can all project leads who pitched move to the front of the lecture hall here? Please display your pitch in some way. And if you are a team member or looking to become a team member, go ahead and start chatting with project leads. Please talk to more than one.
And also remember that we have, if you want to talk to Kitware, they're still online in the WebEx. I think, you can come up and use my laptop. I'll turn it off from the mega volume, and people can come in. Although I am afraid that there's going to be a lot of noise. Actually, Susan, are the IBM mentors going to go into Discord or they're going to stay on the WebEx? I thought they were going to go into the Discord. I'm sorry, I missed that, Susan.
Like, the thing is, they're like way over there.
Let me just, I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you, Daniel, right now, but here's the Discord link. I'll look for you to pop in.
Yeah, you have to learn about Actually, I started making a pretty crappy in my spare time. Understanding like me and my roommates. It's like in the silo I don't play fintech. So I learned most of machine learning. I thought this would be a lot of fun. And I thought
Okay, I'm not actually hearing anybody right now. I'm going to move out into the hallway. You want to come with me?
Where do we meet the IBM projects?
If you go into the Discord, they should each have a channel for it. Okay?
I'm just wondering, like, what's the formal process for joining the IBM?
Come on out the hallway so we can talk. Yes, sir.
I'll catch you. Yeah.
Hold on, Bill. I'm moving out where it's quieter. Okay. So, Yeah, so, sorry, guys, I'll be with you in just a second. Yeah, see, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you guys at first, but I'm actually on now. So if, I had to move out into the hallway. I'm gonna throw people your way from here. It was just, all of a sudden, it just exploded and I couldn't hear anything. I've got a set of headphones on now and I'm out in the hallway and I can actually hear you guys again. Yeah, so the idea is, you know, you're welcome to take everybody. We're worried that, you know, if you got, some of our projects we'll have, you know, 10 or 15 students wanting to join, and that can be daunting for a project. So, you know, so you know, the reason we allow them to you know, essentially not allow people in is mainly because of overburden on you guys, right? You don't want to be a mentor and mentor, you know, too many people. I mean, maybe you do. Yeah, I mean, we actually, you know, for small projects, easy projects, we expect 2 to 3 per week. You know, for you know, I know that these can be harder. The projects you are on can be harder. So, you know, we would like multiple. We would still like multiple, but we, you know, we give a little bit of a break for working on an IBM project where the startup time is higher than perhaps, yeah. 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 Yeah, and you know, we do judge size and things like that, so we're not, you know, so, you know, one big one is worth multiple small ones, for example, but, you know, they are expected to be contributing. Trying to get to Daniel, there's a lot of people that need to be, I can hear you. Which, Daniel, oh, it looks, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Daniel, I think I have you now, by the way. Okay. Okay, I've got a couple of students here asking me questions, so give me just a second. Hey guys, what's up?
So I was just wondering, like, I'm a little bit confused on how the IBM projects are going to work. So as a student submitting the project proposal, like, how do you formally join a project?
So you formally join a project by going onto the Discord and talking to, you know, the Discord channel. There's a Discord channel for every IBM project.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd strongly recommend it. They're great projects. We've got some really good people here. But go on the project, talk to them, you know, kind of ask them what they're doing, what they would want you to do, and if the two of you agree on it, it's basically just, I would let, you say, I would like to work on your project, and they say, welcome to the project, then they're gonna collect names, and one of you is going to have to act as their hands to do things like submit the team roster and submit the project proposal.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
So if you're first in, likely you'll be the set of hands. So you'll be functioning as the project lead for RCOS's sake.
Yeah.
But you won't have to. You have this built-in mentorship, which is really pretty valuable. They're working with this stuff. They're writing all the ML stuff. They've got some really cool projects. So does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, I wanted to ask about SMITI. Is SMITI part of RCOS this semester?
SMITI is always part of RCOS, but Professor Cutler hasn't told me that they're looking for people. But if you send her an email,
yeah, I reached out to her. She didn't get back to me.
Okay.
So maybe they're not.
they might not, but it may take her a couple of days. This transition from online to in-person instruction is harder than it seems.
Yeah.
Okay. So, give her a little bit of time, but in the meantime, talk to an IBM project or talk to Open Energy Dashboard is really cool. We're going to try to put them in contact with our own facilities people here this semester.
Okay.
So that would be a really cool project.
Yeah, I just joined the Discord. I'll look through those.
Yeah, look through them. There's some really cool projects.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you interested in?
Oh, I don't. See, I wasn't going to RCOS. I'm taking for 1 credit, so
Okay.
I wasn't really thinking about
Okay.
what I want to do specifically. But I can really do any back-end work. So, yeah, it's my last semester, so I didn't think about it that much. But.
Okay. Well, they've got some really cool projects. Open Energy Dashboard is a cool project. The League of Extraordinary VTT Developers is a pretty cool project. Take a look at it.
Because I had done so many in the past, that's why I wanted to go
Yeah.
back to it. But
Yeah.
I'll check them out. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, I think, could you just have them announce that I'm out here if anybody wants to talk to Kitware or the IBM people who aren't on Discord? Hi, I'm back. I should have muted myself, my apologies. Okay, cool. Yep. I thought there were, but if not, I am not seeing them. I thought Frank set those up. Let me go talk to Frank. I'll be right back, but there were supposed to be voice channels. Hey, Christian, that was an oversight. Frank's has an automated way to do it. It should be set up shortly. Sorry about that. That was the impression he gave me. I'm hopeful. He has like I said, he says he has an automated tool, so he's going to try it for all the external channels. I am hopeful. No, it makes perfect sense. If you wanted to post into your, particularly once it gets set up, like I said, I thought they were set up, so I apologize. I'm running around pretty fast right now. Yeah. But, it would make sense if you wanted to, post it to your channel that you were going to hold a question and answer. That makes absolute sense. Okay, so there's IBM Open Horizon is there, IBM MLX, IBM Quantum. Oops, I messed up and added a separate Open Horizon because I didn't trust Frank. Let me do OED. Yeah. But yeah, if you post, once we have the channel, if you post the time you want to be there, yeah. I am not seeing Open Energy Dashboard yet. Okay. I think it's easier in Discord. Absolutely. Bye. Hey, Bill, are you still there? I had to, the one mistake that I made was it was way too noisy in there. So if you don't mind, I'm going to pass along your contact information. Okay? And say hi to Stephen for me. He was my son's roommate. Yeah, he's a good guy. All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, I think it's a great program. I'm disappointed that we weren't more involved, that we wouldn't work with you more closely. I think is the right way to phrase that. Yeah. We are wondering what the next 6 months is going to bring for certain. Yep, absolutely. I hope so, man. I would love to see everybody in person and actually have some people come to RPI and talk to us in person. This is killing me. Yeah, I guess. Okay. We'll see you later. Bye. For anybody still on, we have most of the external projects with a voice channel now, I think. But I am still I'm going through and making sure. If you don't have a voice channel yet and you want one, just, text me or something so I know. Thank you, Susan. Oh, Daniel, do I have one for call for code? There's a voice channel. Okay, there should be one now. You're welcome. Yeah, if there's anybody else that needs a channel, let me know. This was unfortunately, I teach all my classes today. So I ran from one class, it's like 4 hours of lecture today. So, well, I mean, part of it is this. But I didn't have enough time to verify everything before we got started. So it's my fault for not making sure we had everything set up. Okay, we'll see you later then. Hey, Alex, you on there? Do you want a voice channel for beam stress? Okay. Should be good. Okay, Alec, I'm gonna assume you're going into the Discord channel, and I'm gonna drop off here if that's okay.